very, very easy to come up with excuses and reasons why you can't do something, and I guess that I've done that a lot recently, and I've neglected putting videos up on JoWee. I have neglected talking about stuff, and some of those excuses were that I'm starting a new business. I've gone self-employed recently, and I'm working really hard to get that established. I also have another business that I started back in November, and I am really pushing at that as well. At the same time, I've had a few technical difficulties in that my camera was broken and needed to go away to get fixed and come back, and it still wasn't right and had to go away to get fixed, and so I've had all of those sort of hurdles. But I guess the biggest excuse that I haven't really confronted until this past few days, or haven't really considered, because I think it was just in the background of my head and stopping me from really making a video, is that, and as much as I don't really want to admit it, I'm still kind of grieving. No, not kind of, I am still grieving. Oh dear. Yeah, so we had our miscarriage in May, our second miscarriage, and I guess I bounced back and I just got on with things and whatever, and that's all good. And I was hopeful that we were going to get pregnant again, and it could still happen, but it hasn't happened yet. And I think back to our very first miscarriage, we had lost that baby at about 7 weeks-ish, and 2 months later we were pregnant again. So it didn't really feel, I don't want to say it didn't feel like a loss, because it was a loss and I did feel it, but it felt like we were still very blessed because we were able to have our little boy, and we are hugely, I can't even use words to describe it, we're so thankful that we have him, even with all the complications that he has had. So in losing another baby in May, I guess I thought, right, well, we'll keep trying, and it'll hopefully work out. And maybe I'm just impatient. It's only been 4 months, but it's still 4 months of not being pregnant, and thinking by now we would have been about 6 months along. Well, 6.5 months along actually. We would have been well on our way to meeting baby number 2. And as well as that, I have had a few friends who have children a similar age to my son and who are expecting number 2, and I am absolutely thrilled. Don't get me wrong, I am over the moon and delighted and overjoyed for them. I really am, and I can't wait to meet those little munchkins when they're here. But it also highlights to me just that little bit of loss, and that's not my journey right now. As well as that, I suppose I had a comment from a man at a group that I go to. He was looking at my son, and he sort of looked at me and says, "Here, do you not think it's time he had a wee mate?" And now some people might just shrug that off and go, "Oh, yeah, whatever." But I said I would if I could, and I really would if I could, and I really hope that I can. But I think people are quite insensitive sometimes with their comments without even meaning to be. But that's a bit of an education piece, I suppose, for general culture or whatever. So I guess I'm at a place where I am trying to be hopeful that it's going to happen, but also trying to come to peace with the fact that it might not happen, and that we are ridiculously blessed to have the little boy that we have, because there are so many who don't have any, and there was a stage in my life that I thought I wasn't going to have any. But it's still that bittersweet thing of, you know, you can taste it, you can feel it, but you just can't quite grab it just yet, you know. So I guess that's where I'm at the minute. Still kind of struggling a bit with that. But I still have a lot of stuff that I want to share through this wee JoWee channel. A lot of other topics that I really want to talk about. And I'm going to try and build up the confidence to talk a bit more about it, because I think that's probably my issue. I have come to a point where I'm like, oh, I need to make a video, and I have the topic in mind and I know what I want to say, but I put all these excuses up, and I think the real excuse was that I wasn't in a place to talk about any of it. So I'm hoping that by opening this door and this floodgate, that it'll open up the door to talking about other topics that I am hoping will be helpful to other people to hear, and will again reduce isolation and will increase information and all of that. Anyway, I plan to be back next Wednesday with another video that's maybe not as tear-filled as this. Not that this has been very teary, I've not cried that as much as I thought I was going to, but maybe not as emotional as I am being right now. Okay, anyway, I will see you next week, folks. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, wherever you're watching this. I would appreciate your support, and give me a wee comment if this has resonated with you in any way. See you soon, folks. Bye.